I couldn't even fathom the idea of doing this without coffee. Okay, today we're gonna talk about moving to YouTube from Twitch. If you're watching today's video, I'm willing to bet that you're fed up with Twitch, or at least have your concerns. Like, you're finally getting to that point, or you have for a while. So you're thinking about YouTube, but you don't know where to start. You hate the UI, or you think that it doesn't support smaller creators. Well, today I wanted to go in depth on everything you need to know with moving from Twitch to YouTube. Okay, so over the last year and a half, I've been testing every possible scenario with YouTube. The full send method, the testing little things, the variety content, everything. I've tested the full YouTube streaming waters, YouTube shorts, long form content. What do you do with your, everything. And in that year and a half, I was able to take a dead YouTube channel and gain 17.5 thousand subscribers. So before we got into this today, I wanted you to know this from the perspective of what I've actually learned coming up, and not from what you see now, all the subscribers on both channels now. And if you're a little confused today, I have two YouTube channels. I have this channel right here where I focus on like this type of interaction, the just chatting, more IRL stuff. And then I have a gaming YouTube channel as well where I focus on Apex Legends. On top of everything I mentioned before, I've actually experimented with both streaming here and over on the gaming channel, doing just chatting streams and doing gaming streams. And I've been successful at both. So you can trust me on a lot of things today. Okay, so to break all this down today, I wanted to divide a lot of stuff up into a few categories. The common myths of YouTube versus Twitch, your real options, understanding YouTube, and finally, how do you make the transition? Now, take in mind, I'm not making this video today for a shortcut or a hack for anybody out. This is not a get rich quick video. All this work will still take effort. The only difference is with YouTube, if you apply yourself, if you work hard, learn the platform, and be consistent, you will see results. If you aren't growing on this platform, you are simply not using the tools or understanding how the platform works, which is a great way to segue into the first thing I want to talk about, which is the common myths. Myth number one, YouTube doesn't support smaller creators. I'm going to make this as clear as possible. YouTube does not care how big you are. Let me say that one more time for all the people in the back. YouTube doesn't care how big you are at all. Here in a little bit, I'll go more in depth as to what you need to look for when doing YouTube, but all YouTube really cares about is, can you get somebody to click on a stream or a video, and can you get them to stay and watch? If you can do those two things, they don't care if you have 0 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. So when you're coming into YouTube with the mentality that you're not going to make it because you're a small guy, or they don't support the smaller guy, you are gonna have a loser mentality in those situations, and you are only gonna hold yourself back because you're just making excuses. Trust me when I say there's 8 billion people out there, there's an audience for anything, so you literally could make content around how to tie certain kinds of shoes, and for some reason people would watch that. So I don't wanna hear any excuses when it comes to YouTube. Second myth, YouTube isn't as big as Twitch. I can't even believe that I actually have to explain this to some people, but I do understand it as well. You see, for a lot of people, when they're introduced into a form of content, they live in that world. Meaning over the last like 5 years, people have been so in depth into the world of Twitch that it is literally the only world that they know. Twitch doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of the amount of eyes that are on YouTube. Now, a lot of people would say, yeah, but those eyes aren't fully for streaming. Well, as a creator, I would actually be more excited about that because there are so many more eyes on YouTube that have never discovered streaming for the first time, and you could be their first streamer. Either way, when it comes to Twitch versus YouTube in terms of how big it is, how many people are there, I've been streaming on Twitch for 6 years, and we've averaged well over into the hundreds of viewers on a consistent basis. We hit Road to Partner multiple times. I've had amazing hosts from 1,000 to 5,000 viewers, and I'm genuinely appreciative of all those amazing people that sent all their viewers to me during those sessions. But never once in all the years of me streaming on Twitch have I organically went live and went from 100 viewers to 2,000 viewers. And that has happened here on YouTube. I average around like 50 to 100 viewers when I stream on YouTube, but then I get those random spikes where I just get like 500 viewers to potentially 1,000. I've never had that opportunity on Twitch. There are eyes on YouTube. There are people willing to watch streams, trust me. Myth number 3, you can stream on YouTube while being a Twitch affiliate. The only people on Twitch that have exclusivity are partners. And I've even heard that not all partners actually have the exclusivity clause in their contract, but that's a whole different video in itself. But rest assured, if you're a Twitch affiliate, and as long as you are not multi-streaming, meaning streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, you can stream on YouTube while you are not live on Twitch. And this is not an opinion or debate. This is legitimately how it's built. If you're a Twitch affiliate, you can still stream on other platforms while you're not live on Twitch. Period. On top of that, you can actually multi-stream to Twitch and YouTube as well. You just have to make sure that you're not a Twitch affiliate. There's a way to contact Twitch to cancel your Twitch affiliate, and I've actually done this. It's a very simple process, and later in the video, I'll talk about some of the benefits on that. Myth number 4, live stream views and YouTube shorts do not count towards the YouTube partner program. One of the toughest things to understand about YouTube is the road to YouTube partner, I guess you'd call it, compared to the path to affiliate on Twitch. It's much harder, which is how Twitch built the system. You see, Twitch wanted you to get Twitch affiliate early, so that way you dedicate your time and hours to try to getting that next thing. That is why it is so easy to get Twitch affiliate, but then so tough to get Twitch partner. And now fast forward, that's why we're in this world where they can't decipher the differences between Twitch affiliate and Twitch partner. There's like little benefits to having either or. Actually, a reason why you may be watching today's video is Twitch has actually came out and said that to help with the overall platform and the growth moving forward to monetize the platform more, that they're actually gonna take away the payout percentage of some Twitch partners. So they're basically gonna move most of the partners down to the same affiliate pay, which is 50-50, which is absurd because, for example, the second you hit the YouTube partner program, it's a 70-30 split, like guaranteed. But in order to get that, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in a year. And that can be really hard for just like regular videos, especially if you're learning how this platform works. But your YouTube streams actually do count as long as you keep them public, and you do get a small percentage of views from YouTube Shorts. Anything that comes from YouTube Shorts that is not on the YouTube Shorts feed, that comes from your homepage or just your browser features, all that watch time does count towards the partner program. It may be very little, but it still counts. Myth number 5, you can't have streams, VODs, and shorts all on one page. This is just false. My gaming YouTube channel is a prime example. It all comes down to managing each form of content in their own unique way to work with each other. The biggest thing is you don't want to spam everything, or you don't want to try something for 1 month and just say it didn't work out. The biggest thing that you're going to hear me say about YouTube today is the consistency. But rest assured, you can grow by having shorts, long form content, and streams all on one channel. I'm doing it right now. Myth number 6, and this is a funny one. There's no discovery on YouTube. I'm just gonna say this as simple as possible. YouTube discovery is tenfold. Like Twitch discovery doesn't even compare to YouTube discovery. You just have to optimize your streams and videos better to utilize SEO. That's the exact reason why a couple weeks ago, I went from 150 viewers in my live stream to 1,800 in the snap of a finger. Myth number 7, YouTube is so confusing for streams. This is a big one. I hear people all the time saying that YouTube needs to change their entire UI to look like Twitch. There's a reason why Twitch is failing. I don't know why people would want YouTube to just become Twitch 2.0. I guess in terms of some community features, because that's a big thing that Twitch has, is like that community vibe. I definitely think YouTube needs to push in that direction more. On top of that, like the live interface, like the actual live chat, that experience, that could definitely be changed. And then the live creator dashboard could definitely use improvements. But if you're talking the physical layout of YouTube, it's actually built more like Twitch than you realize. You're just not used to looking at it that way because you've never explored YouTube fully for streaming. On the left side, just like Twitch, anybody that you're subscribed to, their stuff will pop up if they're live over on the left side. When you're on your YouTube homepage, if anybody that you follow is live and you watch live streams, YouTube will push live streams to that section as well. And the more you watch live streams, the more YouTube will push streams to your homepage. You see, unlike Twitch, your homepage is a discovery for you. The more that you consume stuff, the more that YouTube is going to recommend stuff to that area. The reason why you don't see a lot of streams there, they don't pop up now, it's because you never watch streams on YouTube to begin with. On top of that, people are like, yeah, but how do I find new streamers? If you literally go to the left, there's a live streaming tab down below where you can physically search any game you want in the world or any topic, and you can actually filter it to show only the people that are live. Again, it's all there. You just got to look for it. And maybe YouTube needs to do a better job at bringing more smaller creators over to the platform to educate people more on that matter. But regardless, it's there and it's super easy. So there's like really no excuse for that. Myth number 8, going live on YouTube is hard. I will admit it's a little confusing at first, but if you're using the newly updated OBS Live, or I think even Streamlabs, you can just straight up log into your YouTube channel now and manage everything from the back end before you go live. I did make a video a while ago on like how to go live on YouTube, so feel free to go check that out, but I do want to make an updated version of that to be a little bit more in depth on like titling and that stuff. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, of course. Okay, myth number 9, you can't make as much on YouTube as you do on Twitch. Arguably, when you're first transitioning over, obviously you're gonna take a hit because you're so used to making this kind of revenue on Twitch. But I also like to point out that Twitch is one of the most unstable ways of revenue that I think I've ever come across as a creator in my 10 years of doing this. I've never seen a platform where 1 month I can go from $7,000 of revenue to $2,500 to like $800 in like a 3-month time gap. Life happens, things pull you away from your routine. And I don't like how Twitch is built around this concept that you constantly have to be in that like daily rhythm or like weekly X amount of days to succeed, or like you'll drop off fast. Where you do need consistency on YouTube to succeed, once you get the actual ball rolling, YouTube is a lot more easy to maintain. Meaning right now, if I had 1,000 Twitch subscribers and I was generating enough ad revenue to make $2,500 a month in ad revenue, so it's like about the same. If I took a month off from doing YouTube, that ad revenue probably wouldn't dip that fast. It would actually probably be able to maintain for like the next month or two, depending on the time of the year or your content. But that 1,000 Twitch subscribers, if I were to take a month off, I'll probably lose like 700 to 800 easy. And then just to top all this off, once you actually get to a certain level on YouTube, which I think is easier or at least more realistic to get to versus Twitch. But once you hit that level on YouTube, the ad revenue alone, like not even talking the support that you get in stream, it's uncomparable to that like support you get in your Twitch streams. At least in my experience, I've had some amazing Twitch streams, but again, it was more around the idea of like a fundraising, like people in the moment coming together for a specific event, which you could still do those things on YouTube, and I do from time to time. But if you're talking more consistent, more like you need to be a consistent creator and consistently have that monthly paycheck, I personally put YouTube way above Twitch in that aspect. And myth number 10, you can't make money right away. This is where I really don't sympathize with a lot of people. I feel like a lot of creators are spoiled to the idea that you get Twitch affiliate so fast and you open up these options. When I first started Twitch, there was no Twitch affiliate. I spent years using things like Patreon and the tipping service through Twitch and was well self-sustainable before Twitch affiliate ever came along. It may not be as easy. You might have to think outside of the box to do some like tip features and give back to people that do support the channel in that way, you know, build like a system, or like you might have to transfer some people to a Patreon for the time being, and it's not gonna be as consistent as it was for you on Twitch at the time because it's all built into the platform there. But to just say you can't is false. It's your job as a creator to figure out ways to make your platform monetizable if you don't have those features unlocked yet. Again, I just feel like Twitch has really spoiled a lot of creators in that concept that you are owed the options by the platform, when in all reality, it comes down to you as a creator converting a viewer into supporting you in that way. So I think it's also the creator's responsibility when you make decisions that are better for your future, for your long term, like moving from Twitch to YouTube. In my opinion, it's probably better off for your long-term goals. Even if you don't want to stream full-time on YouTube, then I think it's your job to present the options that help you at your best and not just rely on the platform. At the end of the day, you got to work for this shit. Okay, so we debunked some things. Let's talk options here. So you want to start making the transition, but so-and-so told you to rip the Band-Aid off and just full send on YouTube. You can't confuse people and go back and forth. But then another person tells you to stream X amount of days on one and Y amount of days on the other one. And then somebody else says, just get rid of your Twitch affiliate and multi-stream. Here's the thing that makes YouTube special. Again, you build up your channel based on your consistent content and what you're wanting to put out. So you're gonna have to experience that transition for yourself. So the real answer is there's no real correct path. There's only opinions. If somebody tells you that you're gonna confuse everybody by streaming on both platforms, you're also gonna confuse people by only streaming on YouTube and not knowing where the hell you went from Twitch. On the flip side, if you never move to YouTube, you're never gonna branch out in your opportunities to actually see if this is something that would be better for your future. Either way, you will lose viewers, regardless if you just stay on Twitch, if you move from Twitch to another platform like YouTube or Facebook, if you multi-stream to YouTube and Twitch, people will leave. New people can potentially come. The whole thing, the whole reason for my suggestions for this is over the course of the next couple of years, I truly believe as a content creator, you are more better off having a stronger hold on YouTube. So if you're canceling your Twitch affiliate and multi-streaming is the more comfortable way for you to feel like you can notify all your viewers to also move over to YouTube, heck yeah. Or if you want a full send or just stream 2 days on one and 2 days on the other. But the biggest thing is you have to be consistent. And that is a great way to break into understanding YouTube more. Like I mentioned earlier, YouTube doesn't care how big you are, how many hours you used to stream on Twitch, and what following you previously had. To break down YouTube in the most simplest way possible, YouTube only cares about if you can get somebody to click on your video or stream and to stay and watch, and if you can be consistent in that aspect. Again, make sure you guys are subscribing because I do want to go more in depth into a lot of these features moving forward, but just to kind of break some things down for you all today. A big key thing that you should be worried about when moving over from Twitch to YouTube is click-through rate and watch time. It is your job as a creator to make your stream, video or short stand out with a title, thumbnail and whatnot, and to get somebody to actually click on it based on whatever relation to that topic or content that you created. Then as the creative inside of you, it is also your job to keep that viewer entertained through the video or the stream. So click-through rate and watch time. Focus on those things in your analytics over time. To utilize these things, learn how to properly do YouTube thumbnails and titles. This is something that's gonna take trial and error. You're gonna have to learn over time, but a big suggestion I have is go out there and just look at what other people are doing with their stuff that are actually finding success. There's also a lot of great people out there on YouTube that break down stuff like Colin and Samir or Patty, where they actually go in depth on how you can understand doing certain things with titles and thumbnails on YouTube. Feel free to check those guys out, but the biggest tip that I can give anybody if you're transitioning from Twitch to YouTube, I don't care if you had a few hundred viewers over on your Twitch, if you have no presence over on YouTube, drop the ego. Nobody cares who you are over from Twitch. Nobody cares about your face, all that stuff. A lot of streamers make the mistake of they had a community on Twitch, they move over to YouTube and they like bombard themselves in everything because they think that that's what people from Twitch are going to be searching for on YouTube. Big E reacts to Apex Legends gameplay live and most of the thumbnail is just like me, like smiling, and there's very minimal stuff about Apex Legends. But if 1,000 people come across that thumbnail next to all these other thumbnails that are focused on Apex Legends and are super colorful and vibrant, one, that thumbnail is not going to grab their attention, and then when they see Soar Big E reacts and I have no subscribers on YouTube at the time, they're going to be like, why would I watch this video when I can click this video above where it says like how to get better at Apex Legends? So learn how to make your thumbnails pop out for the content and learn how to properly use tags and SEO your videos. And just remember, you're not Tim the Tatman. You don't have millions of supporters, so you don't have to make your thumbnails and titles like Tim the Tatman. Once you experiment with these things, be consistent. That's the biggest thing YouTube needs. They need your consistency. So show up once a week, twice a week, whatever you need to do. Make your one video a week, one stream a week, one short a week, but stay consistent at it and do it for a few months. You're not gonna blow up overnight, trust me. And with that, the downside of YouTube, you need to be consistent at something. This isn't Twitch where you can just multi-stream. I'd even argue that on Twitch, you can't even successfully multi-stream anymore. You have to have that niche. You have to have that thing. The biggest problem is a lot of people stream countless hours, 200 hours a month doing the same thing, and they get extremely bored because they're barely getting any results. Maybe a spike here and there. But I assure you, if you stick to the same thing on YouTube and you create your entire content around it and you show passion and get creative and don't stream 24/7 and do make long form videos and shorts and have fun and be entertaining and share that on YouTube and other forms of social media, you will actually see a result on YouTube, the more you learn the previous things that I mentioned. Finally, how should you make your transition? The best way of getting started is by simply starting. I personally wouldn't recommend fully committing the switch until you've understood what you're doing first. But stream on YouTube, test it out, do a little trial and error, get your feet wet and mess with some settings and whatnot. Most of the fun of being a creator is experiencing these new things, challenging yourself and seeing what you're able to do and learning new stuff. It's what gives you that drive and ambition. Experimenting and failing at the end of the day is what makes us better.